What's going on, guys? Today is the second installment of the running back tier list, but before we hop into it, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. With the subscribe button, turn notifications. We post daily Madden 21 content. So I'm doing the tier list videos a little bit differently now. Instead of going over every single player on the list, I'm just going to go over the players that have been newly added into MUT since my last tier list video. But I'm still going to keep all the old players on the list for reference. So you guys kind of have an idea, and if you want to choose some of those players that have been out in the game for a while, you still can see like where they stack up against all the new running backs in the game. So well, yeah, that's the plan. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. But the main reason why I wanted to do this is because I know for a fact a lot of people just skip to the end of the video and look at the tier list. But instead of having people just do that, I wanted to make it so you guys are getting useful information throughout the whole video, and it gives you guys a reason to actually watch the videos, because no one cares about Josh Jacobs' speed. And the card's been out since launch. Like, no one cares about that card right now. So I feel like that's kind of a good idea. It's a good alternative. Hopefully you guys like this new style. But yeah, I'll just hop into it. Let's do it. All right, so here is the running back tier list that we made around launch, around a month ago, around a month and a half ago. And obviously, the running back landscape has changed a lot. So here is the tier list. I updated a little bit. I rearranged the cards a little bit. And I also got rid of some of the cards that really shouldn't be on anyone's team. But yeah, here's the new list. We still have Barry at S. I moved down Warwick. B tier, we got McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Cam Akers. C tier, we got Saquon, Zeke, Adrian Peterson, Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, Raheem, and DeAndre Swift. And at D tier, we have Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, and Josh Jacobs. All right, so the first card we're looking at today is Bo Jackson, 90 overall. This is not the limited Bo Jackson, but obviously limited Bo Jackson will have +1 in all his stats. But Bo Jackson, 91 speed, 90 acceleration, 89 agility, 86 carrying, 61 catching with 88 COD, 89 trucking, and 89 break tackle. And he has an 80 spin move with an 86 juke move and an 85 stiff arm. What's his trucking? And 89 trucking. I'm pretty sure we already said that. But Bo Jackson, without question, Bo Jackson is an S tier running back. He's the best power back in the game without question. And there is a debate that he is better than Barry Sanders, but Bo Jackson, amazing card. If you can get your hands on this guy, I 100% recommend it. And even his 88 power up card is also pretty good. If you just get his power up. All you need to do is get his power up and then power him up right into the point where you need his legend card. And that card is still a top tier running back in the game. Honestly, that's an A tier running back as well. So without question, Bo Jackson is S tier. All right, so the next running back we're looking at is Reggie Bush. He's got 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 91 agility, 86 carrying, 82 catching, 91 COD with a 60 trucking, and 89 break tackle. And he has an 88 spin move with a 91 juke move. So a very solid all-around back. Can catch passes, can make guys miss, has a good break tackle, and he's 6 foot, has good speed, good acceleration. This card, another top running back in the game right now without question. That's why I'm going to put Reggie Bush right up here next to Bo and Barry Sanders, 100%. All right, so the next card we're looking at is limited edition Dalvin Cook with 89 speed, 90 acceleration, 91 agility, 86 carrying, with 64 catching, 92 COD with 72 trucking, and 86 break tackle. So I do think Dalvin Cook's obviously amazing, and he also does have 91 juke move with 85 spin move. So, but I just don't think he's at that S tier level. I would definitely take Reggie Bush and Bo Jackson and Barry Sanders all over Dalvin Cook without question. So for that reason, I'm going to put Dalvin Cook at A tier next to Warwick Dunn. I would say him and Warwick Dunn are at around the same level. But Dalvin Cook obviously is amazing. I use him in a gameplay, and I really love the way the card plays. I just don't think he's as good as Reggie Bush or Bo Jackson or Barry Sanders. So for that reason, Dalvin Cook is A tier. All right, now we're looking at 89 overall Ezekiel Elliott with 87 speed, 88 acceleration, 89 agility, 88 carrying, 66 catching, with 85 COD, 83 trucking, and 84 break tackle. He's 6 foot, and he has an 82 spin move with an 87 juke move and an 86 stiff arm. Okay, so Ezekiel Elliott, I used this card, and he wasn't terrible. I would probably put him at the same tier as Dalvin Cook. I feel like because Zeke has that ability to run people over and fall forward. That's why I like Zeke a little bit. That's why I like Zeke more than a Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry. Because not only can he make guys miss and has decent speed, he can also fall forward on the goal line and run people over and stuff like that. So that's why I like Ezekiel Elliott at A tier. All right, now we got Team of the Week, Arian Foster, 89 overall with 88 speed, 89 acceleration, 88 agility, 86 carrying, with 74 catching, 90 COD, 82 trucking, and 85 break tackle. And he has 82 spin move with an 87 juke move and 84 stiff arm. Okay, so Arian Foster, I think Arian Foster just misses S tier. I like him more than Ezekiel Elliott though. So for that reason, I'll put him at A tier before Zeke. Basically in this order, I like the cards right now. If I were to put them in order at S tier, that would be the exact order. Dobbin 1, Arian 2, Warwick, then Zeke. But Arian Foster, obviously amazing. When I used him, has really good animations, can catch passes. He's kind of like a budget version of Reggie Bush, in my opinion. Even though he is still like 100K or whatever he is right now, he's kind of like a budget version or like a Walmart edition Reggie Bush, in my opinion. So Arian Foster, A tier. All right, now we're looking at veteran Frank Gore with 86 speed, 88 acceleration, 85 agility, 91 carrying, 69 catching with 80 COD, 86 trucking, and 85 break tackle. He's 5'9", and he's got an 82 juke with an 80 spin move and an 87 stiff arm. Okay, so Frank Gore, I used him in a gameplay, and now I have him at fullback on my team right now. But Frank Gore, he feels very powerful, and because he is so small and actually has pretty good speed for a Frank Gore card, but is that enough to put Frank Gore at A tier? I don't think so. I think Frank Gore is a solid B tier running back. Even though it says he's an 89 overall, this card should really probably be like an 87 overall. He doesn't have many stats that are in the high 90s. Maybe if he had a better trucking and a better break tackle, I could say this guy deserves to be an 89 overall. But because of the price of training, he is overpriced, I think, right now. But once the price of training drops, I think Frank Gore will be definitely a good cop for people who are just starting, people who are running budget teams. But right now, I would say Frank Gore and Derrick Henry are equals. I like both those cards the same right now. But obviously, Derrick Henry will get an upgrade soon, and that'll catapult him maybe into A or S tier. We got to see what that card looks like. But for now, Frank Gore is B tier without question. All right, now we're looking at Jerome Bettis with 84 speed, 86 acceleration with 81 agility, 88 carrying, 63 catching with 82 COD, 89 trucking, and 89 break tackle. He's 5'11", has really good animations, has an 85 juke move, which actually is not terrible, with an 87 stiff arm and a 78 spin move. So Jerome Bettis, I used Jerome for a pretty good amount of time, and I think Jerome Bettis is a better power back than Frank Gore. But is that enough to put him at A tier? I don't think so. At this point of the year, having 84 speed, just not good enough. Maybe down the road, Jerome Bettis will get a better upgrade. Maybe they'll give him the speed that he deserves. But for now, Jerome Bettis, I think he's B tier, but I do like him more than Frank Gore. I mean, if you're gonna use a power back, you're not expecting the speed unless his name's Bo Jackson. So on the goal line, I think if you need one or 2 yards in those short yardage scenarios, I like Jerome Bettis in that scenario. But if you want a running back that you can kind of just run your whole offense through, I think that Frank Gore's a better option. But I don't know. It's kind of a toss up between Jerome Bettis and Frank Gore, but I'm gonna put Jerome Bettis at B tier. All right, now we got 88 overall Todd Gurley with 87 speed, 88 acceleration, 89 agility, 88 carrying, 61 catching, 84 COD, 83 trucking with an 85 break tackle, and he has an 84 stiff arm with an 81 spin and an 87 juke move. So Todd Gurley, in my opinion, he's at that same exact level as Ezekiel Elliott. And for some reason, Todd Gurley, whenever I face him, he always just falls forward, always is breaking tackles, always going crazy. So for that reason, I'm going to put Todd Gurley at A tier. I think he's a slightly worse version of Zeke, mainly because of abilities. When you power up Zeke, he can hit that 90 overall threshold. When you power up Todd Gurley, he does not get that third ability slot, and he does not hit 90 overall. So for that reason, I think Todd Gurley is just one step worse than Zeke, but Todd Gurley is still an amazing card. I still love that Todd Gurley card when I used him. All right, now we got Eddie George. He can now be boosted to a 91 overall after the new series. But he's got 87 speed, 87 strength with 87 acceleration, 89 awareness, with 91 trucking, 90 break tackle, 89 ball carrier vision with 86 stiff arm, and an 82 juke with a 75 spin and 91 carrying. So, all right, so Eddie George on the first list, I believe we had him at A tier. On this list, though, I still think he's A tier. I still think Eddie George is A tier. I just wish that Eddie George was slightly faster. That's all I wish about this card. I think he's probably the best power back in the game right now that's not named Bo Jackson. I'm gonna put Eddie George at A tier. I think that even though he's a little bit slow, when I do face Eddie George, I feel like I always have problems tackling him. He always is falling forward, always getting those first downs. Always just chunking yardage on me. So for that reason, I'm gonna put Eddie George at A tier. I do wish though that he was a little bit faster. All right, so now we have Sony Michel, 86 overall with 87 speed, 89 acceleration, 88 agility, 85 carrying, 60 catching, 84 COD with 84 trucking, and 81 break tackle. This card's actually not as bad as I thought he was going to be when I first saw him, that he was coming out. But wait, what is his spin and juke? Okay, so he has a 76 spin move with an 83 juke move and an 82 stiff arm. So, but for now, I'm going to put Sony Michel at low B tier. Because he can't really do anything well. He can't really make guys miss, can't really break that many tackles. I'm gonna put Sony Michel at low B tier. I do like Cam Akers, Derrick Henry, all those guys you see at B tier before him. So probably a low B tier player. All he really has is that decent speed. And I kind of think he's only viable on a Patriots theme team because you're gonna get that added speed and stuff like that. So Sony Michel, low B tier. All right, now we have 85 overall Melvin Gordon with 86 speed, 85 acceleration, 85 agility, with 84 carrying, 82 COD, 76 trucking with an 80 break tackle, and he has an 87 stiff arm with 79 juke and 79 spin with 85 juke. Melvin Gordon's card, he's kind of a worse version. Well, he is a worse version of Sony Michel in my opinion. He does have a good stiff arm, which is pretty good, I guess, but for an elusive back, having a good stiff arm doesn't do much for you. Maybe down the road, Melvin Gordon will get cards that are worth using, but for now, I think Melvin Gordon is a high C tier player. I think he's a slightly worse version of Sony Michel. Even though you can power up Melvin Gordon, I guess they're kind of at the same level. Both those cards are very similar, the Melvin Gordon and Sony Michel. If you power up Melvin Gordon, he's basically the same exact card as Sony Michel. But on his base card, no theme team, no nothing, I think Melvin Gordon is a high C tier player. All right, now we have Miles Sanders with 84 speed, 85 acceleration, 82 agility, 82 carrying, 81 COD with a 75 break tackle. What's his juke move actually? Okay, he's a 73 spin move with an 78 juke move and a 74 stiff arm. Miles Sanders without question. I gotta put Miles Sanders at D tier. Even though he is a very cheap option, I just don't think he's good at all. Like right now, none of his stats stand out to me. Hopefully they give Miles Sanders some cards that are actually worth using this year, because last year we had no really usable Miles Sanders cards. And he's one of the, I think he's a top running back in the NFL, probably a top 10 running back in the NFL without question. So hopefully we do get some better Miles Sanders cards down the road. But for now, he's D tier. All right, so the last card we're looking at today is 81 overall, David Johnson. 84 speed, 84 acceleration, 81 agility, 78 carrying, with a 75 stiff arm, 78 juke move, and a 72 spin move. He's basically Miles Sanders. David Johnson is basically just Miles Sanders with a different name, and he's one overall worse somehow. But David Johnson, D tier as well. So yeah, here is the final list. At S tier, we have Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, Reggie Bush. At A tier, we got Dalvin Cook, Arian Foster, Warwick Dunn, Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley, and Eddie George. I'm pretty happy with how this list turned out. And let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this video, and if you want me to keep doing this tier list videos like this. But yeah, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and if the video helped you out, enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. And as always, I'll see you boys in the next one.